All right, let's talk about a classic case of mistaken identity, but in the plant world. We're going to dive into the story of a notorious troublemaker and its incredibly useful but often overlooked friendly twin. We're talking about a plant that could totally transform your soil, but it's got this terrible reputation that's really holding it back.
Have you heard of that bean? You know, the one that makes you itch for days. If you're a farmer, especially in West Africa, yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the plant you warn your kids about. Do not touch that. The one you clear with so much caution, because just brushing against it, man, that rash is no joke.
Yep, Werepe, the devil bean. I mean, the name alone sounds like a warning, doesn't it? It's infamous, it's feared, and honestly, for very good reason. But here's the twist. That fear, while totally justified for one plant, is causing a massive misunderstanding about its relative.
What if I told you that fear is making you miss out on something amazing? What if there's another version of this exact same plant that doesn't itch at all? A version that's not a pest, but actually one of the most powerful tools you could ever have for your farm. Let's clear up this confusion once and for all. Okay, so first things first. Let's get properly introduced to the villain of our story. We need to understand exactly why it has such a bad rap to really truly appreciate its incredible twin. So this is the wild one. Its scientific name is Mucuna pruriens var pruriens. Now see those little fuzzy orange-brown hairs all over the pod? Yeah, that's the trouble right there. They're loaded with a compound called mucinane, and that's what causes that crazy intense itch that you never forget. For anyone working in the fields, this thing is a nightmare. It's a weed you want gone, period.
But this is where the story gets really interesting, because in the very same plant family, there's a hero hiding in plain sight, an absolute powerhouse for your farm that looks almost identical, but it's missing that one critical, itchy ingredient.
And this is the whole thing in a nutshell. 2 beans, 1 family. You've got the wild, itchy Werepe on one side. That's the problem. And then on the other side, you have the cultivated solution, the velvet bean. Same family, but a totally different experience. And this is our hero, Mucuna pruriens var utilis. The keywords here are smooth and velvety. Those little hairs on the pod, they don't break off. So what does that mean? No itch at all. You can literally pick these up and handle them with your bare hands. This isn't a weed. This is a super plant. It's what farmers call green manure, basically a living fertilizer plant. All right, now for maybe the most important part. It's one thing for me to sit here and tell you they're different, but you need to be able to confidently spot the difference when you're out in the field, right? So let's get practical. Okay, let's break it down. First, just look at the pods. The wild one, Werepe, has those loose, kind of angry-looking orange or brown hairs. The friendly velvet bean, it's got soft, pale, almost gray, silky hairs that stay put. The sting, well, that's the big giveaway, isn't it? One is a real pain, the other is completely safe to touch. Even the seeds can give you a hint. The safe ones often have spots or streaks on them. And finally, the leaves on the velvet bean are usually bigger, which is great, because that means more good stuff for your soil. So now you can spot the good guy. But why is it such a big deal? Why is this velvet bean a true gold mine for your farm? Let's get into all the amazing benefits.
Get this. It's like a multi-tool for your farm. First, it's free fertilizer. It literally grabs nitrogen right out of the air and puts it into your soil. It's also a weed assassin. It grows so fast and thick that it smothers even the toughest weeds like speargrass. It's amazing animal feed, packed with protein for your cows and goats. It acts like a living mulch, shading the ground and keeping your soil moist. And it even breaks the life cycles of pests that attack your main crops, like maize. It's not just a plant. It's a whole soil management system.
Let's just focus on that fertilizer point for a second. 150 kilograms. That is how much pure nitrogen this one plant can add to a single hectare of your land. For free, in just one season. Just think about how much less you'd have to spend on chemical fertilizers. It's natural, it works, and it's practically free.
Okay, so even with our friendly twin, the velvet bean, there is one really important safety rule we have to cover. This is especially true if you're thinking about eating the beans. It's simple, but you absolutely have to know this. So inside the pods are the beans themselves, right? The seeds. Well, those seeds contain a natural compound called L-dopa. Now, this stuff is actually used in some medicines, but it's not something that you or certain animals should just eat without preparing it first. So what's the deal? How do you handle it? For animals, it's pretty straightforward.
If they're ruminants, animals with multiple stomach chambers like cows, goats, and sheep, they're good to go. Their digestive systems can handle it just fine, no problem. But for animals with a single stomach, what we call monogastrics, like pigs or chickens, you have to treat the beans first. If you don't, that L-DOPA can slow down their growth.
And for people, the rule is simple and non-negotiable. Never, ever eat the beans raw. The preparation process is absolutely essential. You have to boil them thoroughly. Then you soak them, and the final, critical step is to ferment them. That whole process gets rid of the L-DOPA and makes them perfectly safe to eat.
So here's the bottom line. Don't let the fear of the itch stop you. That fear of Werepe is real, and it is justified. But don't let that one bad actor stop you from embracing its incredibly beneficial, non-stinging twin. It's all about knowledge. Knowing how to tell the difference unlocks all this incredible potential.
So I have to ask, is the best fertilizer for your farm hiding in plain sight? The next time you see a mucuna plant, don't just run from it. Take a closer look. You might just discover that the solution to healthier soil and better yields has been right there all along, mistaken for its troublesome relative.